Hello, welcome to podcast episode number 23. Now, I've taken a break for a period of time. I always do this. It's usually because I'm plotting, thinking, looking at things differently, learning some different stuff. I kind of call it going into the workshop and also doing more work on myself and expanding my own life, which usually results in more insight, more learnings, more lessons. And ultimately, that's what I like to share with clients and just share with people in general. My intention is always to share anything that I think may or may not be useful with the world. And if it's useful, fantastic. If people get value from it, amazing. I only ever share things that I've tried myself because I just feel like it's difficult to share something that you haven't actually tried yourself and sort of seen results in. And again, just a reminder as to who I am and why I even do this. I essentially stumbled across personal development when I was a personal trainer in my early 20s, and I started to see that clients that I was working with at the time, they needed more than just exercise and diet. They needed something a little bit deeper. There were habits and patterns that they were running that didn't really make sense to me at the time until I went more into, what is going on for these people, and not only did that kind of show up for them, but it also showed up for me, like what is going on for me? Why can't I shift certain habits, certain patterns, etc.? So I went literally on a huge kind of exploration of personal development, of self-growth, spiritual, learning more about the brain and how that works, thoughts and emotions, and how it's all kind of interconnected. And to be honest, it completely changed my life. It completely changed the way I saw the world. It completely changed the way I saw my own reality. And I was able to just enjoy my experience of being alive a lot more. I was able to, choose more often than not as to when I got caught up in negative thoughts. I used to suffer with sort of anxiety at times. I'd have highs and lows and I'd be up and down quite a lot. And I was always curious as to what was going on there. And the more, like I said, the more I developed this understanding, the more I practiced certain tools and saw beyond my thoughts, beyond my emotions. I was kind of getting clear on who I was, like who am I beyond all of this stuff? Who am I beyond my thoughts? Who am I beyond my actions? Who am I beyond my behaviors? Who am I beyond my habits? So that's kind of why I'm here today, and I've been doing this now for sort of 8 to 10 years plus, and I've been sharing this content online since, I don't know, 2015. Where are we now? 2023. So yeah, quite a long time sharing online and showing up with videos and podcasts and audios and courses, etc. I've done live events, I've done masterminds. I currently have a mastermind that I do weekly calls on. I have one-to-one clients and have had many over the years. I help especially people that want more from their life, business owners, entrepreneurs, visionaries, and even just anyone who just wants to live a better life, essentially, wants to potentially escape the rat race, jump into something different, jump into what it is that they actually want, following their dreams. And on the journey as well, for me, not only have I just been sharing this stuff, but I've been doing other things in the background as well. So currently I'm involved in a very cool project, which is run between me and actually a client and my best friend and another, actually my best friend's client. So many opportunities have sort of come up over the years of working on myself, getting out my own way, looking at what fear is, looking at what holds me back, trying to live from a more kind of playful place, finding more safety within myself and grounding within myself, which enables me to kind of go out into the world and enjoy it more and be myself and not have to worry too much about how I'm acting and who I'm being, just essentially to be free. That's the point. That's why I've gone on this journey. And the more freedom I've experienced, the more I want, which is typical. And not only do I want more freedom inside, but I also want more freedom outside. So that's the journey that I'm on, and maybe that's the soul's path that's the path that my soul has chosen for myself. And I just seem to enjoy sharing stuff like this that opens up the kind of stale thought patterns that we get caught up in, the day-to-day thought processes that just become a little bit dull and numbing. That literally is my nemesis. So my nemesis, if you want to say the lower part of me, is the dullness, the numbness, the droniness, the kind of going through life on autopilot, where all of a sudden 2 to 3 months of your life has passed you by and you didn't realize what was going on. You can't even remember anything because you've just been so in your own little world, consumed by these stories and thoughts that are all going on simultaneously, that you've forgotten to even be present and enjoy your life. Like, that literally is, like I said, my nemesis. And I do go there sometimes as well. I completely forget to be conscious. I forget to be present. I forget to remember that I am the creator of my experience. I do have a say in the direction of my life. And I suppose when I lose that part of myself, I do just get caught up in, like a droniness. And it's just a really shit place to live, if I'm honest with you. Now, again, maybe you're there now, maybe you're not, I don't know. Maybe you've been there before, maybe you can resonate with what I'm saying, maybe you've kind of come out the other side, and if so, amazing. But like I said, for me, it seems to be almost like I'm climbing a mountain, and every time I come back to that same place, I'm at a different stage of a mountain, but it feels like the same challenge over and over again, where I remember and I forget. I remember to be present, and then I forget, and I go into an autopilot. But the only thing is, the longer that I've been on this journey, the more I read, the more I learn, the more I talk about it, the more I share, the more I'm able to reflect. Those patterns, they become shorter, they become narrower. So I would say, for anyone that wants to know how to get out of that cycle, you have to stick with it. And just like anything, really, it takes time, it takes attention. And when I say time and attention, it literally means, what are you doing on a daily basis to try and enlighten yourself, to try and awaken yourself? What are you doing on a daily basis to improve? What are you doing on a daily basis to step into and become the version of you that you want to become? Like anything, really, if you want to get in shape in the gym, then it requires going to the gym firstly and training, not only just showing up at the gym, but also lifting weights, putting in the intensity, getting the right rest time, etc. And also, nutrition and all of that other stuff, good sleep, blah, 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 where I'm going with this. So it all requires daily time and attention. And the same is true for going deeper. It's reading stuff, it's learning stuff, it's learning more about your thoughts, it's exploring your thoughts, it's questioning your thoughts. That one's extremely powerful. And there's quite a few episodes prior to this one where I've been talking a lot about that. And I will continue to do so moving forward. So I don't really know where I'm going with this episode. I'm sort of just rambling. It's sort of just a bit of a recap for myself and for you, anyone that's listening, any new people that have jumped in at this point. Again, my intention is to free people. My intention has been to free myself from the burden of my mind, so that I can go out into the world and play and be myself fully, and follow my own dreams, my own ambitions, without needing anything from them as such. But just, why not? Just because we're here, we're alive. Why not enjoy the experience we've been given? Why not build the things that we want to build? Why not go after our dreams? Why not, just crack on with stuff, even though the world thinks it's a crazy idea, thinks you're kind of completely deluded or crazy or nuts, and there's something wrong with you. Why not, at the end of the day? Like, life to me really is a game, and it's a fun game if we learn to think about it from that way, from that perspective. If you reframe it and look at it differently, life is a game. It can be fun, it can be enjoyable. And I know that you might be listening to this right now feeling caught up and lost and depressed and anxious and worried and flat, and I get that. I've been there myself many, many times, and I have moments during my week where I remember how that felt. It's a horrible place to be, but there is light the other side of the darkness. And the first thing that I would recommend is believing that, whether you feel it or not. Believe it. Kind of forget about what you're thinking, feeling, and experiencing now, but really define what it is that you want to feel, what you want to think, how you want to live. whether you think it's possible or not. Like, what do you want? Because so many people are speaking about what they don't want. So many people are speaking about the experience they're having and what they're sick of and what they're tired of. Like, if you've learned anything about things like the law of attraction, whether you believe in that or not, thought is creative. Thought is the paintbrush. And essentially the link between you getting the life that you want and experiencing whatever it is that you have now on a deeper level comes down to the level of thinking that you're investing in. And so you get to define what it is that you want. But the first thing is you need to understand that that's where you start, whether you believe it or not. Someone needs to define it. You need to set a path. You're not going to end up in the destination that you want to be in if you don't put it into the GPS, and then it directs you in that direction, and then you follow it. So anyway, completely random conversation today, just completely off the cuff. But I wanted to get back onto this. I've got some cool stuff coming up. I've actually just launched a new community on Telegram. You can access that. I'm posting in there daily voice messages, videos, just random content behind the scenes that I won't be posting on social media. So if you're interested in more of what I talk about or learning more about what I'm going to be doing in the future, jump into the Telegram group. It's the only group that I'm going to be operating in from now on. I will put a link in this podcast so you can join. It is totally free. There's no catch. Just jump in and enjoy. You don't have to communicate in there. You can literally just watch and listen to what I'm posting, and hopefully it makes a difference. The other thing I have planned is I'm planning on getting quite a lot of people on the podcast. I'm planning on doing some interviews in between my own sessions. And the point of these interviews is to speak to and ask questions to people that are, I guess, freedom seekers, that are looking to create a very cool life on the outside through their business, their career, whatever it is that they're doing, but are also looking to experience it fully from the inside too. So people that I get on, they will have an interest in personal development, but they'll also be playing the game full out in the outside world as well. So yeah, exciting stuff. And I hope you enjoy the future episodes, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. Again, join the Telegram group if you haven't done already. Share this episode, give it a rating, give me some feedback, send me an email, whatever you want to do, and I will speak to you on the next one. Take care.